You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. I'm Nicholas Callis. These are your game recaps, standing updates, and league leaders from Thursday, May the 28th, 2020. The White Sox and Orioles played each other in a close game. The White Sox scored the only run of the game in the ninth inning, and they were able to win. The Orioles got 6 team hits, but failed to score at all in this one. Jimmy Cordero got the win. He's now 3-1. Tanner Scott got the loss, and Alex Colome earned his 16th save of the season. The Royals caught some fire with the offense in this game. 14-5 the final score. The Red Sox lost. The Royals put up a few crooked numbers throughout this game and ensured themselves a win with a 5-run ninth inning. Keller got the win. Perez got the loss. Trevor Rosenthal earned his first save of the season and his first save with the Royals. The Twins and Yankees played each other. 3-2 the final score of this game. It took 10 innings to complete, but the Yankees were able to walk it off at home. Jonathan Holder got the win. He has 3 wins now out of the bullpen this season. Interleague play here. The Nationals and Rangers played each other. 15-3 the final score. The Nationals got wiped out. The Rangers scored 4 runs in the third, 7 runs in the fourth, and 4 runs in the fifth. Corey Kluber got the win, and Joe Ross got the loss. The Tigers and Mariners played each other, and the Tigers won by a score of 11-6. Justice Sheffield got the loss in this game, and he hasn't been doing well this season, so he got sent down to the minor leagues after this start. Tigers really broke out the offense. They had several home runs in this game. You see they put up 5 in the first inning. They had a 4-run fifth inning, and they won by a large margin. Matthew Boyd got the win in this one. The Blue Jays and Rays played each other in an AL East matchup. Final score of this game, 3-2. The Blue Jays struck first early with a 2-run first inning. They put up a run in the 7th, which proved crucial because it broke the tie and allowed them to eventually win the game. Chase Anderson got the win. Chaz Rowe got the loss out of the bullpen, and Ken Giles now has 14 saves on the year. The Athletics and Astros played each other. This is an AL West matchup, and the Astros won by a score of 4-1. Abreu got the win. Diekman got the loss. Ozuna got his 18th save of the season. NL East baseball here. The Phillies beat the Mets. Final score of this game, 2-0. The Mets got 9 hits as a team, but failed to score any runs. The Phillies got a run in the 4th and a run in the 5th, which was all they needed to win the ball game. Zach Eflin got the win. Jacob deGrom got his 3rd losing decision of the season, and Hector Neris earned his 15th save. The Marlins and Cubs played each other. 7-6 the final score of this game, and it took 10 innings to complete. The Cubs ended up tying the game in the 9th inning. Then the Marlins scored a run in the 10th and ran away with the ball game. Brandon Kinsler blew the save, but he got the win. Ryan Tepera got the loss, and Drew Steckenrider earned his first save of the season. The Dodgers and Rockies played each other. This is an NL West matchup. Final score 9-2. The Dodgers ran away with the win. It was close going into the 9th inning, but then the Dodgers put up a 6th spot and won by a large margin. Clayton Kershaw got the win, and Bowden got the loss. The Giants and Brewers played each other. 6-2 the final score of this game. The Giants had quite a bit more offense than the Brewers did. The Giants got a run in the 2nd, 2 runs in the 5th, and 3 runs in the 7th inning, compared to the Brewers only being able to score 2 runs in the 5th inning. Johnny Cueto got the win. Adrian Hauser yet to win a ball game this year. He's 0-5. And Tony Watson earned his 13th save of the season. NL Central baseball here. The Pirates and the Reds played each other, and the Pirates had quite an amazing comeback. They scored 2 runs in the 8th inning and then 2 runs in the 9th inning to tie the game, extending it to extras, where the Pirates were able to score a run in the 10th and win the game in the bottom of the 10th inning. Dovydas Nevarakis got his 4th win of the season. Amir Garrett, 0-1 now. He got the loss. And Keone Kela earned his 13th save of the season. And we have some NL West baseball here. The Padres and the Diamondbacks played each other. 9-6 was the final score of this game. And this was quite a comeback for the Padres. They were down 5-0 early. Garrett Richards was easily on the hook for the loss, but then Madison Bumgarner gave up 5 runs in the 3rd inning and a run in the 4th. The Padres took the lead, and they didn't give it back. They kept scoring in the game, and they won by 3 runs. Drew Pomeranz got the win out of the bullpen. Madison Bumgarner 6-3 now on the year, and Kirby Yates earned his 20th save of the season. Looking at standings now, starting in the American League East, the New York Yankees are 34-23, and they're in the lead for the AL East still. The Rays are 6 games back, as are the Blue Jays and the Orioles. They're all 6 games back, with different records, though. The Rays have a 29-30 record. The Blue Jays and Orioles each have a 28-29 record. And the Red Sox are still in last place. They lost today to the Royals. They're 26-32. They're 8.5 games back of the Yankees. In the American League Central, the Twins and White Sox are tied for first place after the Twins lost today to the Yankees. The Indians, 7 games back of first place. They're 31-26. They're on a 3-game winning streak. And the other 2 teams in the American League Central won today. The Tigers beat the Mariners. They're 22-34, 15.5 games back. And the Royals beat the Red Sox. They're 18-39. They're 20 games back of first place. In the American League West, the Oakland Athletics, though they've lost 2 to the Astros, they're 35-23. They still lead, but the Astros have gained on them after splitting a 4-game series. They're 32-25. They're 2.5 games back. The Angels are 25-30. They've lost 3 in a row. They're 8.5 games back. The Rangers are 23-33. They're 11 games back. And the Mariners are 23-35. They're 12 games back. In the National League East, the Washington Nationals are 31-24. They're tied with the Phillies for first place. The Marlins are 30-27. They're 2 games back of the division lead. The Braves are 28-29. They're 4 games back. And the Mets are 26-30. Still in last place. They're 5.5 games back. In the National League Central, the St. Louis Cardinals still lead. They're 30-27. The Brewers are 27-30. They're 3 games back, as are the Cubs. Same record, same amount of games back. The Reds are on a 9-game losing streak. They lost to the Pirates today after blowing a save and taking a game to extras, in which they eventually lost. They're 23-33, 6.5 back. And the Pirates are on a 4-game winning streak. They've gained some ground in the NL Central. They're now 7.5 games back of the division lead, and they're 1 game back of the Reds with a 22-34 record. And in the National League West, the Dodgers still lead. They're on a 6-game winning streak. They've won 8 of their last 10. They're 37-18. The Padres are 34-23. They're 4 games back. They've won 2 games in a row now, and they've won 8 of their last 10. The Diamondbacks, after losing to the Padres today, have evened out back to a .500 winning percentage. They're 28-28, 9.5 games back. The Giants are 23-33. They're 14.5 games back. And the Rockies are 22-33. They're 15 games back on a 4-game losing streak, and they've lost 7 of their last 10 games. Let's take a look at league leaders now, starting with batting average leaders in the American League. Miguel Cabrera, 370 average. He's the leader. Carlos Santana, second best with a 358. And Michael Brantley rounds out the top 3 with a 353. In the National League, David Dahl still tops this list. He's at a 369 batting average. Ronald Acuna Jr., second best with a 348. And Dansby Swanson, also a member of the Braves, third best with a 344. In the American League, hits leaders, Jose Abreu, Miguel Andujar, and DJ LeMahieu all tied for the league best with 80. In the National League, Jonathan Villar leads with 81 hits. It's not close. 9 behind him is Ronald Acuna Jr. with 72 and Paul Goldschmidt 70. That's good for third best. At bat leaders in the American League, DJ LeMahieu's at 239. His teammate Miguel Andujar is one behind him with 238. In the National League, Jonathan Villar is at 242, and it's not quite close. Ozzie Albies the next best with 223. Doubles leaders in the American League, Jose Abreu's at 23, Anthony Rendon's at 22, and Miguel Andujar's at 20. In the National League, Jonathan Villar has 26, Christian Yelich is at 21, and Brandon Crawford third best with 19. Triples leaders in the American League, Jose Altuve's at 5, Adalberto Mondesi's at 4, and there's 5 tied for third best. In the National League, Jonathan Villar has 7 triples. Victor Robles, Chris Bryant, and Hunter Pence tied for second best with 5. Home run leaders in the American League. Josh Donaldson adds to his total. He's at 22. He still leads the league. Chris Davis, 2 behind him with 20. And Lourdes Gurriel Jr. and Austin Meadows tied for third best with 19. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. is at 22. Max Muncy second best with 17. And Paul Goldschmidt rounds out the top 3 with 16. RBI leaders in the American League, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. knocking at the door of 60. He's at 59. Austin Meadows second best with 54, and Josh Donaldson third best with 53. In the National League, Paul Goldschmidt leads with 48. Christian Yelich second best with 44, and Max Muncy and Cody Bellinger tied for third best with 41. Runs scored leaders in the American League, Rafael Devers is at 45. Yohan Moncada and JD Martinez tied for second best with 44. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. has 49, Trey Turner's at 44, and Paul Goldschmidt rounds out the top 3 with 41 runs scored this season. Stolen base leaders in the American League, D. Gordon's at the top with 13, Adalberto Mondesi's at 11, as is Mike Trout and Malik Smith. They're all tied for second best. In the National League, Starling Marte still leads with 22, Trey Turner second best with 15, and Jonathan Villar rounds out the top 3 with 14. Walks leaders in the American League, Alex Bregman's at 37, Shin-Soo Choo's at 36, and Travis Shaw rounds out the top 3 with 35. In the National League, Rhys Hoskins is at 40, Brandon Belt at 37, and Mookie Betts is at 36. On base percentage leaders in the American League, Miguel Cabrera is at 441, Mike Trout's at 433, and Alex Bregman's at 429. In the National League, Dansby Swanson has a 447 on base percentage, Paul Goldschmidt 435, and Ronald Acuna Jr. 429. Slugging percentage leaders in the American League. Josh Donaldson, the only one over 700. He's at 708. Chris Davis is at 679, and Mike Trout's at 659, as is Austin Meadows, but he's slightly below Trout, fourth best in the American League. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. is at a 763 slugging percentage. Christian Yelich second best with a 677, and Paul Goldschmidt top three with 652. On-base percentage plus slugging percentage leaders in the American League. Josh Donaldson's at the top with a 1.118. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. is at the top with a 1.192. Moving on to pitcher statistics. Wins leaders in the American League. Kenta Maeda, the only one with 7 in the AL, and there's that long list of those with 6, and it just descends from there. In the National League, Walker Buehler, the only one in Major League Baseball with 8. You see that long list of pitchers who still have 6 wins on the year, and it just descends from there. In the American League, there are those that are undefeated. Kenta Maeda and Mike Minor at the top. They each have not lost a game this year. In the National League, there is nobody who is undefeated. Walker Buehler has a loss, as does Sonny Gray, and Caleb Smith are all tied for the league best. Saves leaders in the American League. Brad Hand's at 21, Liam Hendricks is at 20, Michael Givens and Roberto Ozuna tied for third best with 18. In the National League, Giovanni Gallegos has 22, Kirby Yates earned his 20th save against the Diamondbacks today, and Sean Doolittle and Kenley Jansen tied for third best with 18. ERA leaders in the American League. Jordan Zimmerman tops this list with a 215, Zach Plesac second best with a 250, and Kenta Maeda third best with a 254. In the National League, Walker Buehler's at a 149, Mike Soroka's at a 189, and Jacob deGrom third best with a 207. Home runs allowed among American League pitchers. Mike Minor and Gio Gonzalez are each at 4. Garrett Richards was at the top of this list, and he still is. He gave up 2 home runs in his start today, and he now joins a long list of pitchers who are at the top of this list. Shutout leaders in the American League. Garrett Cole and Masahiro Tanaka still the only ones in the American League that have thrown 2 shutouts this year. In the National League, Jacob deGrom has thrown 3. Zach Wheeler and Walker Buehler still at 2. Strikeout leaders in the American League. Garrett Cole still at the top with 102. He's 12 above Lucas Giolito, who's next best with 90, and Carlos Carrasco third best with 88. In the National League, Clayton Kershaw has reached 95, the first to get over 90 in the National League. Robbie Ray and Steven Strasburg second best with 87. Complete games thrown among American League pitchers. Garrett Cole's at 2, as is Masahiro Tanaka. They're still at the top. In the National League, Zach Wheeler and Jacob deGrom have thrown 3 complete games. Aaron Nola and Walker Buehler tied for third best with 2. Innings pitched leaders in the American League. Hyunjin Ryu is so close to 80. He's a third of an inning away with 79 and 2/3 innings recorded. In the National League, Clayton Kershaw is at 83 and 2/3 innings. Jacob deGrom a full inning behind him with 82 and 2/3 innings recorded. Walks allowed among American League pitchers. There's nobody in single digits anymore. Carlos Carrasco's at 10. Mike Montgomery and Jose Urquidy tied for second best with 13. In the National League, Brett Anderson has 15. Trevor Williams and Alex Wood tied for second best with 16. Whip leaders in the American League. Masahiro Tanaka is under 1 now. He's at a .98. Dylan Bundy second best with a 1.01. And Jake Odorizzi rounds out the top 3 with a 1.02. In the National League, Clayton Kershaw is right at 1. Mike Soroka 1.01 and Jacob deGrom 1.03. Pitching war leaders in the American League. Carlos Carrasco's at 2, as is Shane Bieber. Then you have Corey Kluber and Jake Odorizzi 3 and 4 on this list with a 1.8. In the National League, Jacob deGrom is at a 2.4. Yu Darvish is at a 2.1. Robbie Ray third best with a 1.9, and Clayton Kershaw fourth best with a 1.9 as well. Batting war leaders in the American League. Josh Donaldson ever so close to 4. He's at a 3.8. Marcus Semion's at a 3.6. Alex Bregman rounds out the top 3 with a 3.5, but DJ LeMahieu close. He's also at a 3.5, good for fourth best. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. is at a 4.6. Christian Yelich is at a 3.8, and Wilson Contreras rounds out the top 3 with a 3.2. These have been your game recaps, standing updates, and league leaders from Thursday, May the 28th, 2020. I'm Nicholas Callis. You've been watching Major League Baseball's virtual network.